Life can sometimes feel incredibly unfair, especially when others speak lies about you or try to tear you down. It's easy to feel discouraged, hurt, and lost when faced with false accusations or deceit. But what if I told you that every lie told against you could actually work in your favor? What if the challenges and trials meant to harm you could become the very things that elevate you to new heights? One of the most profound examples of this is the biblical story of Joseph and Potiphar's wife. Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his own brothers, found himself working in the house of Potiphar, a high-ranking official in Egypt. Despite the trials he faced, Joseph remained faithful and diligent in his work. Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of attempting to assault her, leading to his imprisonment. To anyone witnessing this, it would seem that Joseph's life had taken a terrible turn for the worse. Yet the story doesn't end there. Joseph's time in prison was not the end, but rather a stepping stone to something much greater. While in prison, he gained a reputation for interpreting dreams, a gift that eventually brought him before Pharaoh, the ruler of Egypt. Joseph's interpretation of Pharaoh's dreams was so insightful that he was appointed as the second in command of all Egypt, a position of immense power and responsibility. What seemed like a disaster, being falsely accused and imprisoned, became the very thing that led to Joseph's promotion and his role in saving Egypt from famine. The story of Joseph teaches us that when we face false accusations or lies, it's not the end of our story. It may feel unjust, painful, and discouraging, but it can be part of a greater plan for our lives. Every setback, every lie, every betrayal can be a setup for a comeback. The key is to remain faithful, to keep our integrity, and to trust that there's a bigger picture we may not see at the moment. When we encounter situations where lies are told against us, we must remember Joseph's story. Instead of being consumed by the injustice, we can choose to believe that there is a purpose behind our trials. Joseph could have become bitter or sought revenge, but he did not. He remained true to his character, and in the end, his integrity was rewarded. This teaches us that how we respond to lies and injustice matters. By maintaining our character and faith, we align ourselves with a path that leads to eventual triumph. Sometimes the darkest moments in our lives can precede the brightest breakthroughs. When Joseph was in prison, it must have seemed like all hope was lost, but it was in that darkness that his gift was recognized and his destiny unfolded. Similarly, when we are in our darkest moments, we should hold on to hope and believe that something good can come out of our struggles. Believing that every lie told against you shall work in your favor requires faith in something greater than ourselves. Whether it's faith in God, the universe, or simply the belief that good will eventually triumph over evil. This faith can sustain us through the hardest times, giving us the strength to keep going when it feels like the odds are stacked against us. It's important to delve deeper into the mindset that allows someone to endure false accusations and still come out stronger. One of the most crucial aspects of this mindset is the ability to stay grounded in one's identity and self-worth. When lies are spread about you, it can be easy to start doubting yourself or to feel defined by the falsehoods others have created. Just as Joseph did, holding on to the truth of who you are is vital. You are not defined by the lies told against you, but by your character, your actions, and your true self. Maintaining this sense of self can be challenging, especially when others around you begin to believe the lies or when you face tangible consequences because of them. The story of Joseph teaches us that the opinions of others do not determine your destiny. Joseph was imprisoned based on a lie, but that prison could not contain the greatness that was within him. His identity as a man of wisdom, integrity, and faithfulness remained intact, and it was this identity that led to his elevation. Often, when we are wronged, we want immediate vindication or justice, but the path to redemption or promotion is not always swift. Joseph spent years in prison before his breakthrough came. This teaches us that sometimes we must wait for the right time for things to turn in our favor. Patience is not about passively enduring. It's about actively trusting that the truth will come to light and that our efforts will eventually bear fruit. During these waiting periods, it's crucial to keep doing the right thing. Joseph did not stop being diligent or using his gifts just because he was in a bad situation. He continued to interpret dreams and help those around him, even in prison. This is a powerful lesson. No matter where you are, continue to use your talents, continue to serve, and continue to grow. Your circumstances do not define your potential. Instead, how you act in those circumstances can prepare you for the opportunities that lie ahead. Sometimes the lies and the hardships we face are refining us for a greater purpose. Just as gold is purified through fire, our character can be strengthened through adversity. Joseph's experiences, betrayal by his brothers, slavery, false accusations, imprisonment, each played a role in shaping him into a leader capable of managing a nation and forgiving those who had wronged him. The challenges we face can similarly build resilience, empathy, and wisdom, equipping us for the roles we are destined to fulfill. Forgiveness is another profound theme in Joseph's story. When he finally confronted his brothers, the very ones who had sold him into slavery, he chose to forgive them. This act of forgiveness is not just about letting go of bitterness. It's about freeing oneself from the past and embracing the future. Holding on to anger or resentment only keeps us chained to the wrongs done against us. By choosing to forgive, we open the door to new possibilities and allow ourselves to move forward. Everything happens for a reason. While it may not always be clear in the moment, the trials we face often have a purpose. Joseph himself recognized this when he told his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." This perspective can be incredibly empowering. It shifts the focus from being a victim of circumstances to being a participant in a greater plan. It encourages us to look for the silver lining, to find meaning in our struggles, and to trust that in the end, everything will work out for our good. While he was in prison, it would have been easy for Joseph to see his situation as hopeless. But instead of succumbing to despair, he continued to look forward, trusting that better days were ahead. In our own lives, maintaining a positive perspective, even in the face of lies and challenges, can be the difference between feeling defeated and staying hopeful. Perspective allows us to see beyond our current difficulties and to believe in a future where justice and truth prevail. The very things meant to destroy us can become the things that elevate us. The lies told by Potiphar's wife led to Joseph's imprisonment, but without that imprisonment, he may never have met Pharaoh or been in a position to interpret his dreams. Similarly, the lies and obstacles we face can position us for opportunities we never could have imagined. It's a reminder that sometimes life's detours are not delays, but rather divine redirections that lead us to our true destiny. Life's challenges and the lies that others may tell about us can feel overwhelming, but they don't have to define us. Just like Joseph, we have the power to rise above adversity, stay true to our values, and trust that there's a greater plan at work. When we face difficulties, let's remember that there can be opportunities in disguise, opportunities for growth, for learning, and for discovering our true potential. By maintaining faith, patience, and integrity, we can turn every setbacks into a stepping stone, every trial into a triumph, and every lie told against us into a blessing in disguise. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.